17,000 subscribers divided by 58 million. I'm sorry, 17,000 subscribers divided by 57 million followers. Do you know what percentage went? Do you guys really want to know? 0.003% went to want to subscribe to her channel. Did you understand what number I just said right now? To say they've lost their influence and their sizzle of what the Obamas used to be would be an understatement.
Behind the shiny speeches, best-selling books, and Netflix deals, Michelle Obama's persona looks more like a branding stunt than real substance. Patrick Bet-David tears apart her carefully polished image, showing how influence and celebrity got mistaken for true leadership. What seems like history-making is just a polished-up version of the same old political dynasty. Bet-David makes it impossible to miss. Michelle's legacy isn't bold change. It's marketing dressed as meaning.
Father, if you can play this clip, this is her talking about how expensive it was to live in the White House. Go for it.
It's expensive to live in the White House.
Yeah.
As many people don't know. I mean, much is not covered. You're paying for every bit of food that you eat. You know, you're not paying for housing and the staff in it, but everything, even travel. If you're not traveling with the president, if your kids are coming on Bright Star, which is the First Lady's plane, we have to pay for their travel to be on the plane. It is an expensive proposition, and you're running for 2 years and not earning an income.
Michelle Obama's spent years crafting herself as America's beloved ex-First Lady. But Patrick Bet-David isn't buying it. He rips into the built-up brand, exposing the contradictions, fake authenticity, and non-stop self-promotion that turned her into a walking business model of victimhood with a celebrity shine. She wasn't just a First Lady. She was a marketing campaign with legs. Bet-David dismantles the myth with sharp clarity.
Obama's net worth in 2007. What was Obama in 2007? 1.2 million, 1.3. Okay, so their net worth is, let's write this down. This is pre-White House. Their collective net worth was 1.3 million. Can you go to where their net worth was in 2016 when they're done being president? Okay, 2016. So their net worth, as expensive as it was, they went from being 1.3 million.
If you're into this, hit subscribe and tap the bell. Michelle's rise to icon status didn't come from achievements. It came from branding. She wasn't elected or chosen. She married the right guy at the right time. Yet she struts around like her opinions are gospel, expecting the nation to hang on her every word. Patrick skewers this, pointing out she's the only First Lady to turn herself into a multi-million-dollar empire with Spotify deals, best-selling books, and global speaking tours, all while claiming to get the struggles of regular folks from her mansions and private jets.
Right? So you watch, well, Rogan's interviewing other people. You're sitting there, and then you see panel. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You can say whatever you want about The View. Guess what everybody talks about every week? The View. Why? Say, here's what she said. Here's what he said. Here's what she said.
Right, yeah.
So they're bringing, even though you can't stand what they stand for, they bring, what do you call it, Tulsian. They'll bring and have the fight with Stephen A. They'll bring and put the people on there, Junior and all these guys, and have the conversations with them. Of course, you don't agree with it. Michelle is doing a podcast from a standpoint of, you guys know who.
Her relatable woman act is a major con in modern politics. She plays the girl next door, the down-to-earth mom hitting Chipotle and Target. But behind the staged photos is a woman surrounded by privilege, power, and luxury for decades. Bet-David calls out the hypocrisy. Michelle preaches humility and sacrifice while raking in checks bigger than most families' lifetime earnings for an hour-long talk about shared struggles. It's not relatability. It's a performance for an audience desperate to buy her sincerity.
Can you now go to their net worth today, 2025? What is the net worth
Gotta
today?
be worth a couple $100 million.
It's two numbers. You see 70 million to 250 million dollars. So 70 million to 250 million dollars. If you type in a couple other places, you'll see 100 million, you'll see 70 million, or you'll see a couple ranges. But let's just do the 70 million dollars. Pre-presidency, 1.7. So expensive being at the White House. It was so expensive that our net worth went from 1.3 million to 12.2 million 8 years later. What?
Michelle's brand is victimhood dressed as empowerment. Her speeches are packed with tales of how tough life was, how she felt ignored, how she had to fight for her spot. Bet-David finds a humor in this, a woman who went to Princeton and Harvard, married a president, lived in the White House, and now enjoys insane wealth, yet convinces crowds she's still battling the system, still the underdog, still oppressed by unseen forces. Patrick breaks down this illusion as the ultimate hustle, a billionaire victim story.
Let me tell you what I think she's trying to do. And again, pure speculation, folks. I may be fully wrong here. I think she's taking a page out of Jada Pinkett's playbook. Because I think they're getting ready to announce that something's going on in the marriage. And I think this is their way of doing it in a very subtle way. Because if you're taking shots at him slowly, you're taking shots, they're going in games in different ways. Not sure if there's been an entanglement or not, but I think there may be a possibility of a news coming here soon that could actually get her podcast to blow up. And you know what could get her podcast to blow up? If she announces that
The irony? Michelle's never shy about hating politics, yet she can't stop meddling. She claims she wants a quiet life offstage, but pops up every election to scold voters, warn about stakes, and paint dissenters as threats. Bet David highlights how she masters having it both ways, dodging accountability by acting above politics, while shaping the country with curated sidelines lectures. Her talks aren't inspiration, they're moral superiority. She talks down to Americans like kids needing constant lessons. Patrick mocks this, comparing her to a principal scolding students, not someone who's faced their struggles in years or knows sacrifice from a $12 million estate.
This is a lady that sold 14 million copies of her book, 725 on day one, 8 million US, 14 million worldwide. Sometimes you got to watch your own content from back in the days and see what happened. Now, don't get me wrong. If there is a divorce going on, if there is a challenge going on, if there is something like that and you're going through it, look, it's an issue.
But Patrick digs deeper into the irony of her women's champion image. She poses as the face of female empowerment, yet her platform leans entirely on her husband's presidency. She lectures women on independence and self-made success, as if she built her empire from scratch. The gap's huge. Her post-White House ventures, production deals, docs, podcasts, are laughable attempts to lock in her wisdom image. Bet David mocks how every move is framed as giving back, when it's really just another cash stream for the Obama brand. It's capitalism in activist clothing, and the audience eats it up, paying to be lectured by someone out of touch for decades.
Barack Obama makes shockingly honest admission about the state of his marriage to Michelle. Okay. So here we go. Barack Obama, shocking admission about state of his marriage to Michelle. Go a little bit low, Rob, if you could. So everybody's wondering, like, you weren't there Jimmy Carter funeral, you weren't there Trump, and Michelle I'm talking about, and then you start a podcast with your brother. Barack Obama makes shocking 177 Michelle Obama marriage. I was in deep deficit with my wife. He told Tepper in a conversation Thursday. So I've been trying to dig myself out of that hole by doing occasionally fun things.
Then there's the endless presidential run buzz. Michelle says she's not interested, but never slams the door shut. Patrick sees through it. It's the oldest trick. Act humble while keeping suspense alive for max influence. She loves the savior whispers, loves being the Democrats' potential rescue, loves the idea of swooping in to fix chaos. Bet David nails it. If she truly didn't care, she'd end it. But she won't, because the talk keeps her relevant. Her biggest weapon? Making people feel guilty for doubting her. Criticize her, and you're labeled bitter, sexist, or resentful. Patrick won't play along, breaking down how she uses identity politics as a shield, turning challenges to her contradictions into prejudice claims. It's not about ideas, it's emotional manipulation, and it's worked too long.
The Obama office responds to Trump's accusation of treason outrageous. Let me read this to you, and Thomas Ellsworth, I'm coming to you first. Please be prepared with all your notes.
Ready.
Obama's office spokesperson, Patrick Rodenbush, great first name, rejected the office of the Director of National Intelligence. Reports claim that senior Obama administration officials orchestrated the Russia collusion hoax, stating, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flown out of this White House with a response, and he called the allegations outrageous and ridiculous, a weak attempt of distraction.
Patrick bet David strips the gloss, showing Michelle as a brand, a symbol, a product. Her legacy isn't policies, reforms, or fresh ideas. It's selling herself as a cultural phenomenon. She's mastered victimhood as marketing, privilege as struggle, condescension as inspiration. The truth? She's less a leader, more a celebrity cashing in on politics, without owning the responsibility. That's the roast Patrick delivers, dismantling her selfless icon image. She's revealed as the shiny face of a dynasty built on entitlement, branding, and hypocrisy. While Donald Trump runs the White House, Michelle hovers on politics' edges, clinging to relevance while pretending she's above it. Her story isn't breaking barriers, it's building a business empire from victimhood, convincing the world to cheer as she cashes in.
We don't need any of this crap. No, nothing. Obama was silent. Why is Obama silent? Ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
He's above this.
Or maybe he's deep in it. Maybe he's not above it, he's deep in it. So he sends a spokesperson, Patrick Rodenbush, which is what Obama doesn't do. He's never Rodenbush, is got an issue here.
What was that?
Now he goes, the office of the presidency and the office. So they're speaking in third person. Whenever you have people in Washington that are cornered, they speak in third person.
Patrick doesn't stop at exposing Michelle's fake image. He digs into what her relevance says about today's politics. That Michelle, never elected, never passing laws, never debating policy, is still seen as a potential president reflects a culture hooked on celebrity over substance. Her whole vibe is a curated brand, keeping the maybe alive while offering nothing real. It's influencer politics, and Patrick nails it. The irony? She sells herself as the every woman, a humility symbol, but lives in untouchable privilege, sipping wine in Martha's Vineyard, griping about public life from a mansion that could swallow a neighborhood. Patrick calls her relatability an act, tugging at voters' emotions who think a first lady with book tours and Netflix deals gets their struggle.
If all of a sudden the Dems did flip in August and they put a Newsom Michelle combination, do you know what mainstream media would do with that? CNN, what Jimmy Fallon, Colbert, all these podcasts, Oprah Winfrey, the NBA, LeBron.
Forget it.
Do you know what Taylor Swift, do you know what these guys would be doing? It would be bonkers. By the way, if it is Michelle and Newsom, it's
Michelle's political hold is less about ideas, more about weaponized nostalgia. Her fans remember the Obama years as glamorous and historic, ignoring stagnant wages, endless wars, and racial divides. She's the glossy filter over a messy reality, thriving because people prefer the fantasy. Her real strength isn't leadership, it's marketing, smiling in the spotlight while others do the grunt work. Patrick cuts deeper, showing how her influence shaped Democrats, obsessed with image, relying on personality over principle, unable to face failure. Every time they float her as a candidate, it's not hope, it's desperation, proof of no new ideas, no fresh talent, no forward move without recycling old icons. She's less a savior, more a reminder the party's out of place, stuck on nostalgia and smoke.
Obama's second term, he did none. Obama's first term, I think he did one. And Bush's first and second term, he did none on day one. This guy's come out the gates. One moment he's talking to World Economic Forum. Another second you're looking at him, he's talking to California, chewing out, Bass and Mayor Bass and talking to the folks there. Next minute he's in Vegas talking about no tax on tips. Next minute you're seeing him talking to military folks. Next minute you're seeing him on the media.
What stings in Patrick's roast is how Michelle's contradictions unravel under scrutiny. She claims to reject politics but stays relevant, says she's done with the spotlight but never leaves, poses as an outsider while being a top elite. The gaps are so obvious Patrick doesn't need to stretch, they beg to be exposed. Her post-White House career monetizes fame while pretending to resist it. That hypocrisy is what Patrick shreds with precision. Defenders say she's inspiring. Her speeches and books lift millions. Her story matters. But Patrick flips it. Inspiration without substance is empty. Writing about hope isn't delivering it. She branded hope, but left only slogans. Real leaders leave change legacies, not ticket sales, streams, or memoirs.
There's this story about Michelle Obama starting a podcast. And I kind of want to go through this, Michelle Obama's podcast. And her and her brother, they started a podcast. They look like twins. If you want to, I'm actually not being sarcastic. Rob, what is this, Rob?
This is the announcement of the podcast.
Okay, play the clip. Maybe this will help out a little bit with subscribership. Go ahead and play the clip.
Hey, TikTok, it's Michelle Obama, and I'm here with my big brother, Craig. Hey, everybody. We're here because we're excited to announce the launch of our new podcast called
The final blow in Patrick's takedown frames Michelle as the perfect product of a broken system. She's a symbol of politics consumed by performance, where branding beats achievement, narrative trumps reality, and image is all. She's not a stateswoman, she's a lifestyle brand. Not a leader, a curated fantasy. Patrick leaves no doubt. Her role is less about people, more about staying relevant while cameras roll. By the end, the roast hits home. Michelle Obama isn't politics' future. She's a relic of an era built on illusion. Patrick doesn't just trash her rep. He dismantles the untouchable myth. What's left isn't the media's shiny icon, but a figure who built a career on presence without purpose, applause without wins, power without accountability. It's a harsh reminder even the slickest myths crumble under truth's weight, and Patrick ensures Michelle's collapse is unforgettable.